Hi, I'm Datu Razali, Datu Haji Iranza. Coming from University Malaysia Sabah, Malaysia, we are entering for the competitions of innovation in conjunction of Minggu Penyelidikan dan Inovasi 2021. Our project submission titled Industry Analysis Assessment Tool. This research and project are funded under the research grant SDK 0282 2020. The category cluster that we are entering for competition is education, community development, and social innovation. Team members of this particular project that we have, including myself, Siti Asna and Tanalo, Faculty of Engineering, University of Malaysia Sabah, Associate Professor Dr. Jabil Majabil, Borneo Institute for Indigenous Studies, as well as Professor Dr. Haji Alsi Haji Bahrun and Mr. Andy Lee Chen Hyung from Faculty of Business, Economics, and Accountancy. The impacts of COVID-19 back in year 2020 has created a huge impact to the business activities. Unemployment rate has reached out about 826,000 compared to year 2019. Unpaid leave of the workforce has reached out 34%. What does it indicate here is that COVID-19 and its impact requires small and medium enterprises to assess its current positions facing the impact and the challenges that brought by COVID-19 pandemic. With such, business organizations in small and medium enterprises will need to align its human capital strategy and business strategy to meet the organizational target so that such small and medium enterprises will be able to sustain their business. The problems now, what they are facing is that organizations of small and medium enterprises do not have self-assessment tool to measure and comprehend its current positions. So this is the problem statement that we are proposing and has been concluded from the samples that we have conducted for the past few months since the research has been conducted. What we found out is that organizations do not have a specific tool to assess the current positions that they are facing after the impact of COVID-19. What they have is the internal audit, internal reassessment, without a specific assessment tool to understand its stand and its current positions in the industry itself or within the market itself. So the ideas that we have is that to have a novelty of products or a tools that is able to help the organizations to measure and comprehend its competitive positions in the industry. So imagine that what if the organizations and the business managers will have such a tools that they can use from time to time to measure and comprehend the current state of their organizations in the industry. That will be meaningful, that will be tremendous, that will be benefiting to them. Hence, we have the idea of this to have the innovations that is able to generate a value and create value as much as tools for them to use to run the industry analysis. So when we talk about industry analysis, we are trying to conceptualize the industry analysis tools by using Porter's 5 forces model. 5 forces model inclusive of bargaining power of suppliers, bargaining power of customers, competitive rivalry, threat of substitute, and threat of new entrants. So all of these 5 forces will be the potential forces that business managers will answer on the devices that they have. As such, the practicality of the devices will be ubiquitous, easy access for them as long as they have the internet and mobile phone. They can use it at any time and can be used by any person in the business industry itself. So what does it say here is that the practicality of such ideas is ubiquitous. Every business manager from the small and medium enterprise can utilize these particular tools to understand better its current positions in the industry by using the 5 forces models as proposed by Michael Porters. So the value creations that we are trying to create, what we have in mind is that to create a website that is accessible by the business managers from time to time so that they can run the analysis themselves and they will have a tools that to support them to understand what are the state of the play and what are the current status of their company in the industry itself. As such, I give you one example. For instance, based on the competitors category itself, questions will be generated and the business managers will be answering the questions using Likert scales or point form as such from 0 up until 10. So business managers or the users themselves, they will choose the likeliness or the agreeableness based on that particular Likert scale. So as such, the competitors, and with the other 5 forces models that we have, we are putting it into a system, we are putting it into a website so that they will be able to assess themselves. It is a tool that they can use from time to time that is able to generate such result. So this is the concepts that we have. With this particular concept and tools and ideas, it will be able to provide contributions to the business managers, business organizations of the small and medium enterprises. With such tool, even though as much as simple as it is meaningful. We believe so because it will indicate and it will report their perceived industry trends that they are having, the likeliness of the competitors, and the retentions of the customers, with the risk of losing or probably a change of suppliers, and whether or not they will have a substitute of the products or not. Yeah. So what we are talking about is the contributions that is meaningful to business managers, business organizations with their practices. The whole idea is that to keep them ubiquitous, to keep them easy access, and they can use it, they can access it, they can run the test from time to time. Say, for instance, this particular week there's a changes, so that they can log on to this particular website and start to answer the questions that we have put up on that particular website. By that, it will generate such kind of results so that they will be able to know what kind of positions or at what level of their positions in the industry itself. So the whole idea is that to make things simple, meaningful, and is able to generate the social interest so that it can be used by the community, it can bring a meaningful value to the business users themselves. Okay, with that note, thank you very much for having us joining these particular competitions. This submission is funded under the Research Grant SDK 282-2020, Post-COVID-19 Industrial Analysis and Human Capital Assessment in Sabah Tourism Small and Medium Enterprises. All of the photos that have been taken related to Potter's 5 Forces models were obtained from yourfreetemplates.com. With that note, thank you once again. We appreciate the participations that we have been given. Thank you.